forgot again. Well, I keep coming back every day. I'm gonna build this thing. I'm gonna get her done. I'm gonna still share it on your forum, and I don't care what the negative supporters that you've created say, because you represent the hobby, guy. You really represent the hobby. And then when you allow the sentiment to get so, oh, it's toxic, man. It's really toxic. And even you can't control yourself. In that conversation P51 had with about the YouTubers, I think you posted more than anybody. And you wonder why. Your forum acts the way they do. Pompous. Pompous. Anyways, let's get back to model building, because I represent the hobby. And if you're watching this video, you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Well, I share these posts on a forum, and you watch the videos, you like these brand new techniques that I'm coming out with. Excuse me. You probably heard that sip really grossly. But these guys, they don't watch the videos. They just look at the name who posts it, and then they jump on you. So, yeah. I don't get paid to listen to them anyways, though. So let's get this over here. Full screen. Got my coffee. And if you're joining in, come in and chat. Don't have to chat. I'm not gonna be staring at the monitor. Excuse me. Okay, where are we gonna go for this kit? So when I dropped off last time, we had painted this, we had done this, and we had done our white front walls with white posts on the side. So I decided to paint them blue. I thought I had the camera running, but didn't. Fun fact. I painted the corner braces on this, and I added painted quarter braces to the back side. And you know, I got a point to share about this. It's really interesting the way the designer designed this kit, because these corner braces are much bigger than the balsa wood, or whatever it is, the clapboard. So you've got about 1/8 of an inch, or maybe, yes, probably 1/8 of an inch of space. And to get this square, I'm gonna have to put it down on a piece of square pad. The other thing we did last night is it's all serendipity. I found this can of navy blue spray paint on the shelf. It's been sitting there since 2009. I've been trucking this around since 2009. And the reason I've been trucking it around is because it's pretty close to the color I need. And now that we do have that color sit on, I can take our little paint pad here and start putting a variation on all our pieces with the proper color. I actually hadn't seen the variation. I thought it would be a lot closer than it is, but so there is one more door, in plastic door, in the kit. I didn't paint it because I have a feeling that our walkway, our set of stairs going up to the second floor, will have a covered roof. So potentially going to have to put that door down at the bottom of the stairs. Don't know yet. Haven't really sorted that part out. However, I guess since I have been sending these posts to a forum, and they don't seem to know what this live streaming thing is all about. And what live streaming is about, in my opinion, is I'm gonna give you an example. It's not to say that I consider myself to be a professional. I gotta say the words correctly, otherwise it's otherwise you get, people get too much gumption to be weird. So professionals do live streams so that they can work at their pace. Making a video takes many different components, and if you're a hobbyist, those components can be a lot of fun. But when you spend probably, I don't know, 10 to 20 hours a week building and you know, just doing this YouTube thing or this custom building thing, I mean, it's not, well, on the one hand, you know what, when you make edited videos, these people complain. When you don't edit the videos, people complain. And these live streams are not here to hold your hand and show you every step, every secret. What I do is I build my models, and you're supposed to glean information off of what I'm doing. Like, if I had the opportunity to watch Trolls Kirk build models and listen to his thought process as he was building models, I would love to watch that. And you know what? I dare say that the people on the forum that I'm talking about would love to watch them too. And it's not the fact that I'm a live streamer that they don't like. It's the fact that they don't like me. And I think that's the part that they should figure out. When ego gets out of control, when the tribalism gets out of control, when it's your team against my team, it's out of control. Because I'm not here competing with model railroad hobbyists. Newsflash! I'm not competing with model railroad hobbyists. I've got an email with Neil Besselgore from Model Railroader magazine. It looks like we do the same thing, Ron. I don't see how we can work together. These magazines, they feel like they're in competition with the hobby, and in some ways that that is something that's bringing the hobby down. Newsflash. Like, a new modeler is going to come in and see this horse shit from somebody. Like, I got people who watch my videos all the time. People, in fact, pay me on Patreon. Patreon.com/Ron Perry. P-A-R-E. Get it right. I have people who pay me on Patreon. If they went over to Model Railroad Hobbyist to see what they were saying, we'd have a full troll war. We'd have a full war. Because they have no idea why people wouldn't like what they like. You know, if they're watching these videos, they like to interact, and there's chat involved. They can talk to the artist. And I think that it doesn't come down to quality of video. I think that it comes down to personality and what people like. Whatever. The fact is, the bottom line is I provide these videos for free. I don't put them behind a paywall. Even the videos that I hold back from the public are eventually posted. And that is more than I can say for the magazines. Model Railroad Hobbyist included free magazine. There's lots of not free stuff around your place, and getting some good and honest interaction with people would be fun. You know, it would be something that you'd expect in a forum that touts religious quotes left and right. You know, it's often the funniest thing in the world where you get some religious people who are just at war with everybody, and it's not right. And just as full disclosure, both of my kids are baptized. They go to Catholic school, and I have attended church at least once a year. So I might not be as good as you, but can you build this? So I need to go through this kit a little bit more, see what we've got, get some next step ideas. Actually, I should dig into the instructions too. I was asked yesterday, do you ever look at the instructions? Yeah, totally do. In terms of these instructions, I looked at where he wanted me to put the corner bracings, which was important because it notified me that the back bracing and the corner boards in the back bracing are the same. And that's what has that like that. It's the front of the model. You can see that the corner bracings are beside our piece. So this piece goes in and right in the middle there. Doesn't that look hot? I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So right here up top, we've got the corbels and trim, and I've got the base white, and I'm going to make the corbels and the trim blue there. I think that'd be a good spot for that. We've got our blue windows. It would actually be nice to wrap around so that make it look like the doors over on this side, so that the stairs wrap around and then they go down the side of the building without popping out on the front. I wonder if it's like that on the prototype, out into the sidewalk like that. As a former stair builder, I spent a couple of years building stairs. I know that the pitch and the rise, or the The rise and the run, which relates to the pitch of the stairs, is it's not a pitch. It does the pitch is in roofing. That it looks proper the way it is, and we wouldn't want to have a steep stair there because it would kill the eye. But if I made it a covered stairway, I could increase the pitch substantially without having any problems. And I think the good part would be to show the stairs underneath and just have a covered top like an umbrella. It's important to go over the instructions, even if you think you know everything in the world. I'm serious. I'm not kidding about that. I think I messed up the corner bracings on the front. Yeah, I totally messed it up. Because mine are flush and they're looking for them to be set out about a 1/16 of an inch. It's okay, I could put a shim in there. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's just follow their steps. So you might notice the music has changed. I just opened it up to all music styles. Like I said, I had some complaints. I'm sorry if you don't like the music. I could just throw it in my headphones, I guess. But I'm not going to take advice from people who've been cutting me down for over 10 years. I'm a bugger for bruising. I'm still going back. I'm not that kind of guy. See, I'm the kind of guy you find in the military, you know, the kind that, you know, you say you can advise them. You just gonna do something. Now, I made that board a little bit too short. It's not going to kill us. You know what I'm going to do, boys and girls? We're just going to remove the boards. I do these live streams so that you can see super inside tricks. And do you think that you would see this trick if I made the video full? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't at all. I'd cut this out. I totally admit that I would cut this out faster than a spammed unpublished post on Model Railroad Hobbyist would get erased by Mr. Schultz. So what we've got is a thin line of glue, and it is heat activated. Little bit of heat. And we will have some melted glue that'll just take right off. So I'm going to go to the chat, see what's going on while this is heating up. Thank you very much. Looks good. I stream at all times of the day, so if I streamed at night, I'd be able to get all kinds of people going. But tonight might be a busy night. So I'm just running this tool along the glue here. I'm going to heat it up. And all this is doing is melting the glue. It's not going to release it fully and properly, but the thing is you melt it off and then you peel off the glue very nicely, and Bob's your uncle. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Probably can't see that all that well, but it starts to peel off. So now I'll get inside that little crack there. Now this isn't the tool I always use for this. I could use a hair dryer. I could use an actual soldering iron. How's that, yo? Why do I use Weld Bond? Modeling is all about patience. You know what? I'm gonna clip this for model. I'm gonna clip this for those guys, because I know they're not gonna watch it, but I know that a good portion of the people on the forum watch it, and too bad, so sad. Okay, so. What does he say here in the instructions? Lay out the front wall compartment as a picture. We did this before applying recommended bracing to make sure none of the bracing interfere with any of the windows. Note that the quarter brace are the same size material. We use so it's got to be flush with the ground. On. So it's not going to be flush. Do I have a sandpaper here? I've got so many tools over in Selkirk. Yeah, I was talking about this yesterday. I got right across from my house is a community center, a very large community center with a big kitchen and a big auditorium, basketball courts, all that jazz. It's an old school from like the early 1900s. It's beautiful, big brick building. I live right across the street from that school, and I'm gonna have to paint this other edge. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, so what they want me to do is have this flush. So I'm thinking about having some events this summer where I can have people come and build models with me. I think that'd be a good idea. And I know I've got a few sponsors who would be able to join, who would be able to make it a fun date. That was unfortunate. I wonder how much phone gets through on the microphone. So this doesn't have any bracing, so I'm going to start the gluing on it. And don't ever apply your glue like this. Do as I say, not as I do. When it comes to glue, less is more, really. Hey, Goober? Less is more. The thing about weld bond glue is I can, if I put it on lightly like I just did, hold these together for about 10 seconds. I'm going to show you a trick. Elmer's glue won't do this. And the trick is that it dries quick. It's got many tricks. It's a goddamn magician, man. But just clean off the excess glue. On one side, no glue on the other side. This will complete that section. It would have been hard to glue this part on anyways, I think. So we got lots of glue on this stick still. Oh, actually, I don't want to glue on that side. I'm going to glue on this side. Just a little bit of glue. We're going to spread it out all the way across. Lay it flat. We're going to put our blue portion up to this. We're just going to paint that last side after. There we go. We're flush with the bottom. Hold this like this so you can get my blade out here. Lightly scrape off the excess glue. There we go. So I'm gonna have to put this somewhere safe. Some coffee here. Okay, so next step is we're gonna do those corbels. Put them on that front. The front here. I gotta check back and see how everything's running over here. Hey, good morning, Ken. I know it's Ken. I remember ya. You know, I got a good memory, Ken. I'm going to do a big debrief video of that Rapido project. I want to thank you for all your help discussing that off camera. It was a real treat. I'm just working on an O-scale structure here. from Carolina Craftsman Kits, in fact, right in your neighborhood. And here's our corbels. This goes somewhere around there. These are our front doors. I have a feeling that this might be our base. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It's you. There we go. I'm not going to put windows on yet. Maybe I will on the doors after I paint them. We are going to paint this slightly strange color so that I think if you're new to this channel, my name is Ron Perry. I have been a model builder for a long time. And this is a review build of Carolina Craftsman Kits Water Street Appliance. I say review lightly though, because I really don't review kits. I just put them together. I have a philosophy that a bad review happens when the video can't get made or when the structure components fall apart on you. So I'm just painting the top and bottom of this door. Because the middle area's got to be painted dark blue so that it looks right. So I'm just gonna put some color down on the top and bottom. Let it dry up for a little bit. Doesn't have to cure. And then we'll paint all the other parts blue, because if I painted this whole piece light blue, you'd be able to see light blue throughout the door, and I just want it to show in between the little holes. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is about navy blue. I haven't used it in a long time, but I'm stuck on this color. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint up the side so that our door doesn't look janky.
That's actually not, doesn't look so bad. If I do a little bit of this.
We'll see what that looks like. Oops. I'll paint this out and then I'll go back to the chat, see what's going on. I used to have a monitor right here so that I could watch the chat. But there's some things you just can't fix and well, without drugs. And I don't take medication, so it's like ADD you can't fix without dosing up. So if I have a chat monitor right beside me, I often forget that I'm building something, and this is a way to stay on track, build the models, keep talking about the models. You might ask why I'm dabbing the paint. When you brush stroke, you're pulling paint across the wood, and you get brush strokes. You know that. However, what you may not see right away, you'll see eventually, of course, is that you also don't get the paint to go the way you want. So if you want a full coverage paint, just dab it. Yo. Oh yeah. There's no need for this to be on. Now I wonder if the top should be white. I think it should be white because there'll be a nice contrast against that blue, and yeah. Gotta look at this photo because there's a thick board on the bottom. Make sure I got it in the right spot. That's looking hot. I love how that looks. The thing about this top plank is it's a little bit shorter than the other one.
Must be the top, because I used the other one because it was the full length of the front wall. Hope that was right. Now these are made out of balsa and they could break up. So what you do, the number one is you find your length of grain. Grain's running up and down. Then find where your tab is. It's on the top. So if I push this, oh, like that. Now these are thicker parts. You get the smaller HO scale ones. They could crumble on you. Lots of these parts can crumble on you. And specifically being balsa or bass or whatever this is, they can curl up on you if you add a lot of paint. So I don't add a lot of paint. I get in there and I get out. But if you've added a lot of paint, you see a little bit of curl. Leave them. Leave them overnight. The curl will work its way back out. All that has happened is that water has penetrated the grains, pushed them apart on the front or the back, and they've curled up. And if you allow them to dry, the water will get out of there and the wood will go back to its normal position, mostly. Okay, so before we move on, let's check the chat. Three people watching. Hello, y'all. Oh, just wait, Ken, is it your birthday today? Is that what I seen on Facebook? I go in there and say happy birthday to everybody. I don't really see the names, but I think I seen your name on the list today. If so, happy birthday. No, this is you'll hear me go on and on and on about Weld Bond glue and all its great features, and this tacky part. You know, a lot of people talk about Eileen's tacky glue, which does not come out perfectly clear. So, the reason I don't get Eileen's tacky glue is because my Weld Bond dries perfectly clear and has all the features of Eileen's glue, and I'm okay with the fact that people get their favorite, or they've been telling people to use that same stuff for years and years. The point I have is that Weld Bond will also do windows, window glass. It'll also do water. It'll also do your scenic glue. I could go on and on and on about the features of Weld Bond glue. And of course, there are matches out there. Like you could get canopy glue for $10 for a bottle of this size. Like for real. It is a 2-ounce bottle for $10. Or you could get this bottle, which is 14 times the size, for $9.99 or $7 or whatever it is. So like I say, there's alternatives. There's things that people promote, but they're not a one-stop shop kind of deal. They don't work for everything. And I'm not telling you to use CA on everything. I'm just saying that this Weld Bond glue, in terms of the white glue product, it is, in my opinion, the best on the market. There we go. How's that? Looking good to me. So I have to let this dry. I'm gonna let that dry. I gotta put this piece on. Oh, it's right here. God, I'm dumb sometimes. We don't have to glue this on right now. I probably streamed enough this session. We did a couple of tips. We used this iron to take off the wood from an already glued and cured piece. And I'm sure we did other things. Thanks again for watching. My name is Ron Perry. If you didn't hate this, maybe you want to be a patron. Patreon.com/Ron Perry. Have a good day, y'all.